Karen from EdibleWildFood.com here, and today's video is going to be about the elderberry. Now, many people always wonder, how do you know if there are elderberries out there? And of course, the telltale sign this time of year are the huge white umbel of flowers. So Chance and I are going to help you learn to identify and use not just the elderberry flowers, but also the berries. Check out those beautiful flowers. In late spring to early summer, the flowers will appear, and each radial symmetrical flower has 5 flattened white petals in a large umbrella-shaped cluster. Now, each of these flower heads can measure in total anywhere from 15 to 30 centimeters in width. That's impressive. That one right there would be probably coming close to 30 centimeters. And these will eventually give way to the black purplish berries that will occur later in August and into September. The leaves, as you can see here, are pinnate, and they have anywhere from 5 up to 9 leaflets. Rarely, you can have 3 to 11. Each leaf can measure anywhere from 5 to 30 centimeters long. And if you look real close, the margins are serrated. Let's see, and you can hear my Chance in the background having fun in the creek. Okay, so let's try to get into the bush here a bit. I'm gonna have to watch the burdock, because there's some burdock right there that's going to impede my ability to get a little closer. Luckily, I have a ponytail today. Okay, so there is one of the main stems, and you can see the lenticels, which are those markings. And if you were to go inside some of these branches, the thinner branches, you'll see that it has a white pith, but you don't want to do that. You want to leave these intact. Now let's get back out here. There's some smaller ones here, some new growth. Now technically, these flowers, and of course the berries, are edible. However, the flowers tend to have some limited uses. Yes, you can put them into a salad, but there's so many other uses for these. I have a couple of recipes, and I'll put the links below. And when these do produce berries later in the year, the berries are just loaded with flavonoids, and in particular something called anthocyanins. They are beyond good for us, and of course we know that because history has shown us repeatedly that these berries have been used medicinally for coughs, colds, flu. There's no end to the wonderful uses of these berries when they do occur. However, raw berries can upset the stomach. So it's recommended for most people not to eat the berries raw, but use them in culinary delights, such as perhaps making your own tarts, pies, jams, wines, syrups, you name it. Even infuse some berries into vodka. And I'll put some links below to what you can, for some uses for the actual berries. Now this is a bush that is in the Adoxaceae family, and that is a family that contains basically the Sambucus and the viburnums. So you can see how easy it is to spot it this time of year. And chances are if you see something that looks similar, it's going to be a viburnum. However, I'm going to put pictures at the end of the video to show you different uses for the flowers and the berries. But before I do, I want to take you somewhere else, because there's another member of this family which confuses people. As this particular species has the flowers, there is another species right now that has produced red berries, and it's called the red elder, Sambucus racemosa. So let's go take a look at that one right now. This is not the red elder, but before I get to the red elder, I found this particular bush. Again, this is the elderberry. This is Sambucus canadensis. And once those flowers are gone, if you're hiking, be on the lookout for these. What's left is what is going to become the berries. There we go. Now, I won't do an actual video of the red berries, purplish berries, but I will include some images, of course, at the end. This is Sambucus racemosa, red elder. Now, red elderberry does not rank high on the list of edibles or medicinal plants for that matter. Its stem, bark, leaves, and roots contain cyanide-producing toxins. Does not make for good eating or for medicinal purposes. Even if you do know what you're doing, you got to be very careful. Now, needless to say, these berries are toxic if they are eaten raw. However, in some of the ethnobotanical literature, it states that some of the First Nations peoples across Canada and the United States have consumed these berries cooked. Now, I can't say whether there was any ill effect as a result or any long-term damage, because that can happen. But one thing's for sure, I would recommend, do not even consider eating these in any form whatsoever, just to be on the safe side. One thing is for sure, many parts of this is an emetic. The berries, the leaves, the bark. And an emetic means it causes vomiting. So there we go. Now let's move on to the good stuff, the recipes. Now let's take a look at some recipes I've created using elder flowers. Please remember that if there's anything that you like, the link to the recipe will be in the description box below. Elderflower gelatin. Elderflower cordial. Elderflower shortbread cookies. Elderflower fritters. Triflower vinegar. Elderflower Saskatoon cake. And now let's take a look at some recipes using the elderberries. Elderberry meringue pie. elderflower cough and cold syrup. This is immune tonic. The one on the left, I used vodka. The one on the right, organic apple cider vinegar. Remember, all recipes have a link and they are below. Thank you for sticking it out to the end. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and be sure to hit the bell for future notification of videos I post. And to everybody, I thank you so much